Okay, welcome to this video, which is a tour of my farm. I've been playing in the Farmers Only Club community, which is an online farming simulator community, for about 6 months. And I figured I'd take you on a tour of what I've been able to build in that time. This is me on my horse. I got my house in the background. I got my dairy back there too. Back this way you can see the other horses and some of my land I've got going on there too. So I'll quickly show you on the map which area is mine. So this is the Westby map, which is based on Wisconsin. If I just pop into farmland here, this sort of lilac-y, light purple colour, this is all the fields that I have. I've got this bit of a gap in here going on, but we're right about here right now. On my farmyard. So let's take you on a bit of a tour. I'll head up towards the dairy first of all. This is one of the newer purchases that I've made. I've got 2 cow barns that supply this thing with milk, and I turn it into cheese, which gets sold at various points throughout the year. We play with seasons enabled, so as the months change, you have to plant at the right times of year and harvest at the right time of year, and the sale price for your different products changes depending on the month. This is the bigger of the 2 cow barns that I've got. Some of these guys hanging out. Should be good with food. And then this is one of my 2 reasonably large cotton fields. I think this one's about 45 acres. The other one I've got is about 50. Which is just across the street. You can see it there. Because I've got these cows, I do a fair amount of grass to keep them fed. They need hay and they need silage, which is a kind of fermented grass, to keep them fed. This field on the other side of the road is my other cotton field. I do quite a lot of cotton and wool as well. I've got this sheep pen up here that we'll just see in a moment. Just heading out this way. Straight ahead of us is the spinnery, which turns the wool that I get from the sheep and the cotton from the fields into fabric, which is where I get most of my money from. It's not the most efficient way to make money. There's definitely more efficient ways to do it, but this is the way I like to play, so this is the way I like to do it. See some of that fabric stacked up there, and the machinery I use to load a lot of pallets and move giant cotton bales around, which is pretty fun. Over this way we've got sheep. Some of the wool they've got producing out there, and then they just eat grass, so I've got a whole bunch of that stacked up to feed them there. This is a field I own as well. It's a little bit hilly for growing anything on, so I tend to just use it for grass. Which, yeah, suits me just fine. It's kind of nice to have a bit of roaming room with the horses as well. Horses are a bit of an indulgence that I just like to have them. My farm is called Mile Zero Ranch, so I do sort of stick to more of the ranching activities of breeding animals, and I keep horses, even though they're not the most profitable animal in the game. This is a bunch of grass that I've cut that I have yet to pick up. I thought my farm was pretty tidy before I did this tour, but obviously not. You notice it all when you're trying to show it off, for sure. Yeah, so I own this wood as well, and these floating trees. So I could cut that down in the winter months, only in the winter months. So FOC has a bunch of rules that we try to stick by. And only being able to cut lumber at certain times of the year applies to some of the maps, so we abide by those rules. FOC in general, though, is a really good community. Like, playing in multiplayer is really the reason why I think I've been playing for 6 months straight with this community. I've never played Farming Simulator for that long with another setup, so having the multiplayer aspect is really nice. This is bale storage, so I own this little field down here and the one just behind us, and everything I cut off those fields gets wrapped up as silage and left in this storage here. And speaking of multiplayer, actually, FOC runs through, they have a website, so you can keep track of like your own farm's like a bank account essentially, and you can do transactions through their website, but most of the work is actually done on Discord, where you can buy vehicles at auction, or I could sell my silage bales that I had in that storage. I can find a buyer through Discord. I can put up an advert, and somebody will contact me about transferring that over, and then use the website to do that, which is a really nice aspect to multiplayer, to be able to have like a little bit more of freedom and actually really feel like you're part of a community selling your crops to other people that need them. So yeah, it's pretty great. You can also borrow machinery or sell machinery in the same way, of just advertising it through the community, and there's usually somebody willing to take you up on the offer. I have this field here, but haven't baled the grass on it yet, so it looks a little bit ugly, but it's pretty good. Yeah, what else have we got to show you? The animals are really... The cotton is the big earner for my farm, and there's no crop destruction on horses, so we're okay just to ride straight over this field. So keeping them fed is what I spend most of my time sort of aimed towards. The cows do eat a lot, so that can be a little bit tricky of just having the time to log in every day and do that. And then I have this guy right here, which is my other big moneymaker. Or I should say a steady moneymaker. The money it makes is not big, but it is very steady. This is the biogas plant, BGA. It processes about 100,000 litres of silage a day into electricity, so that's pretty good. Got another bale storage over here. This is what I use to feed into the BGA. And then my other smaller cow pen over here. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. We've got some storage sheds around the yard. This little barn right in front of us. This slightly larger storage area, and this is my TMR mixer. This makes cow food right here, this little guy. We've got grass equipment lined up, ready to go. We're cutting grass tomorrow. Right now it's June. Tomorrow's July, and that's my mowing day. And then just in here we can see that's the cotton harvester I'll use on these fields in the future. Got another bunker silo right here that's making silage. I like to have a number of different ways to make silage because I make so bloody much of it. So yeah, variety is key. That's at least in my book. And then just over here we've got some storages for seed and various different kinds of fertilizer just along the road, so it's nice and easy to fill up. Yeah, and I think that's pretty much my farm. Like I said, I didn't do this in the most efficient way. I didn't try to min-max at all. I just had fun with the various different things I could do, and it's been really great. I definitely recommend the multiplayer experience for anybody who's sort of getting into Farm Simulator, or you just need some different way to play. Try out multiplayer, either through an online community. FOC is the one that I'm affiliated with. I know there's also FSN, although I've never played with them, so I'm not sure what that's like. Or play with your friends on an online multiplayer setting. It's really great. You should do it. Thanks for visiting my farm.